So I just recorded a quick intro and I'm just going to redo it because the website stopped functioning and I'm finally back on GeoGuessr. I know it's been a little while and it's just been tougher to find the time and actually force myself to get down and record a video on this Gene Dangus channel. I still have the same amount of time that I used to or similar. It is NFL draft season, so I got a lot of tape to watch, obviously, if you are familiar with the main channel. But I just haven't been able to sit down and record for this channel like I would like to. And I think that's just mostly because I'm not playing GeoGuessr as much as I used to. And this is a game where you have to be, if you're going to be anywhere close to the top level, which I think I got close to, even if I wasn't, still at the top level. I think I got close to it where I was able to compete and be a similar skill level to some of those in the Rainbolt tourney. Of course, I participated in a few of those, but now it's back to night and day, where I don't even think I'm close. Everybody knows every meta, everyone knows every like specific niche Google camera meta. There's a leaf on a car here. There's this there. It's crazy. Everyone studied every road. Everyone recognizes everything, and I just have not even maintained my skill level. I feel like I've gotten worse while they've gotten significantly better. But we're still going to try and make some good guesses, explain every round. I just would lower your expectations if they were previously higher for me, which might have been a mistake anyway. NMPZ, I am confused. Kind of looks like Brazil. Kind of looks like Malaysia to me as well. I think I would probably lean Malaysia. Got some oil palms. We got this pole here. Kind of tough to see. I see a motorbike though. So Southeast Asia feels good. But it'd be a little bit weird. Very red dirt. We have language. It looks like it is Portuguese to me. The N and the H back to back. Very Portuguese thing. So this should be Brazil. Question just becomes where? This is not stilts. This is just, I think, something that's being built. Not even looking at where would this be in Brazil? Yeah, it is a Brazilian pole upon zooming in. Not left side drive, but I don't know, this guy's suspect. I have no idea. It is Brazil because of the pole, language, and overall vibe. Just a lot of palm trees here. Very red dirt. I really have no idea where this would be. I really don't know. I'm going to go like Rondonia, maybe. I am not sure. Ends up being way north. I would have thought it would be less red up there, but still very, very red in some areas. Dashed outers should be Sweden just right off the bat. Snow coverage. We got a snow pole. But I think these outer dash tell you it is Sweden when it looks like this, some birch trees. Yeah, great view from this angle. Yeah, love that. I think it's Sweden. Some of those videos, man, I don't know how they do it. I am going to go Sweden, though. I know, and this is some meta, I know there's some snow coverage in the south. And this doesn't strike me as overtly north, even though it's snowing. Got some redness to the trees. The trees aren't, like, especially short, which usually you get with more northern trees. I'm just going to go around Stockholm, probably. Ends up being more south. Yeah, I thought that it could have been, but I got scared in the end. Also, I don't know about you guys, but whenever I watch a show that is taking place in another country opposed to, or, from the U.S., I see bollards and things, and I'm like, I know that's not filmed exactly where you're saying it was. So I was watching Jack Ryan on Amazon Prime. It took place in Venezuela, and I mean, Venezuela is a place with no Google coverage, and it's not exactly the safest in Venezuela. So they filmed it in Colombia, and you could tell that from the electrical poles, which was interesting. And then season 3 is in, or part of it at least, is in the Czech Republic. I'm making my way through it right now. And they had these bollards, which are not in the Czech Republic. So, like, I don't know if you filmed that driving scene in the Czech Republic. We do have these guardrails. Guardrail meta is a thing that everyone seems to know now. I have not learned it. They're Yugoslavian guardrails. I don't know what these are. I don't know the difference. I haven't learned them. But I know these bollards if it's red the way I think it is, cannot be the Czech Republic. I think it's going to be like either Hungary or I don't know, maybe Italy. It's kind of tough for me. There's not a ton to go off this round. I don't know the signs, but I know this bollard is in Hungary. I know it's in or a similar one in Italy, Croatia. I'm gonna throw down in Hungary. It's a little bit weird because it's not flat, but there are hills in Hungary. Just it's usually pretty flat. Ends up being not Slovenia. It is, of course, in Croatia. So I did mention, I think, Croatia as having those bollards, but couldn't go there. This struck me instantly as Norway. Yeah, green plate, too. Green plate you will see in Norway on occasion. I think it's on utility vehicles. Whenever I see it, it's like hilly, though, and you get these kind of houses. I always think like Oslo initially, but the vibe is a little bit different here. We have water to the southeast, which does fit for Oslo, or at least areas of it. But I also don't know that this can't be Kristiansand. Might even fit a little bit better. I think that's where I'm going to go. And it ends up being more north. Gjovik. Hopefully I pronounce that somewhat close. Ooh. What do we have here? We have Arabic. I would think it's Tunisia. Pretty white, sandy, Arabic. Right side drive. Now, I don't know this pole. I don't think I've ever learned poles in Tunisia. We should have a follow car here, though. Yep, we do. And a little meta for you, as I think that it's the Tunisia flag, or it's close if it's not. We can't really see it fully. Black plate, this is the red government strip on the Tunisia follow car. There are a few of them. I know that one's like pretty spread throughout, but it's not like up here they use a green one. There's some different ones. I don't know the full meta. I would go like near Sousse and Monastir, I think. Ends up being between Sfax and where I clicked. A little bit closer to not where I clicked, though. 19K on the first round isn't terrible, considering we had a pretty tough Brazil, in my opinion. Ooh, okay. Right side drive. Weird looking already to me. I have no idea where I would guess NMPZ. Maybe, I mean, Mediterranean, I would say, but I don't have much beyond that. Black and white chevron. Black and white. I don't know where they use black and white ones. I never really learned my chevrons either. I think Portugal's black and yellow. I think Italy uses black and white. See this being Italy, I guess. Looks weird. France, I think, uses like blue and white, but I can't say that they always do. I am gonna go Italy. I don't know. It feels pretty south to me. It's like it's definitely weird. I'm gonna throw down in Sicily. Ends up being Albania. I mean that's Mediterranean, but I didn't even consider it. So there you go. This should be Turkey. Just an overwhelmingly Turkish vibe to me. Maybe it's Albania, who knows? But yet the Salt and Pepper Road. I don't know what this looks like. With these bollards, usually you'll see a red strip, but we're looking at it from the back, so you can't really see that. That's Turkish on the sign, so we now know for sure. It is going to be Turkey. Pretty flat, which is not super usual in Turkey. I mean, it's a little hilly, I guess, but pretty flat. Just going to go like central. Ends up being more east. Close to Syria. Ooh, this is a tough one. I don't know, because I see these and they look like trident poles, but they're not, I don't think they're quite the ones that you see in Uruguay. Have maybe a faint yellow line, but I can't say that confidently. We also have cacti going on. What is this? Let me figure this out here. If I can do, I don't know what this is. The poles are weird. I mean, I think I would lean like northwest Argentina, just because I'm having a really tough time figuring out what this would be. I can't tell if these are white or yellow. I would lean like dirty white. I think Argentina does use the white dashed lines. It looks bizarre. It kind of has like some Chile vibes, but the poles aren't right, and I think I just got to go Argentina. I'm going to go northwest in like this area. Peru, never even considered it. I mean, it looked like it could have been, I guess. But the lines I thought were white. I guess they were yellow. I think this is Japan. We got low cam. You have some cabbage going on. But is this Hokkaido? That's usually a good Hokkaido tell. But it's not natural is the problem. Like a farm of some sort. So I don't know if we can really use that. I'm looking for claymores. The claymore heaters we talk about on this channel probably far too often for being a somewhat unreliable meta. I can't go too north on this. It could be. It kind of almost looks like South Korea. But I don't think I can confidently go here. I'm just going to go near Osaka. Ends up not being too bad of a guess. It was either there or Hedge Tokyo. Would have been about the same score. Interesting. Is this a tie pole? Looks like it could be. If you don't know, it's like square with a bunch of holes in it. We do have a type other pole here. The stripes on it kind of look like the ones you find in Colombia, but it's more orangey, where theirs is usually a bit more yellow. But also the vibes are different. Yeah, and then we have Thai script too. So it's going to be Thailand. Where? I don't know. I feel like usually I'm okay at region guessing Thailand, but this one's kind of tough. Kind of just looked middle-ish, so I just went near Bangkok. Another 19K. We can break 20. I feel like I usually break 20. Haven't done it yet, though. But we're going to start with the Poland. So we're going to be off to a pretty good start. We have Polish on the sign. It's one of the easier European languages to pick up. A lot of W's, some Z's. A lot of the PO is good. It is Poland. It is hilly, though, Poland. Unusual. So it's almost certainly going to be south. We do have LODY here, which is not quite Łódź, which is here. LODZ, pronounced Łódź, but it is close. I don't know if that means anything, unfortunately. But it's going to be south with the hills. This is honestly probably 5Kable for a good player. That's just the level where we are now. So we got hills. I'm sure there's a city name in here somewhere. We're on a river. I'm getting like some Czech vibes almost. So, and double white is also Poland, by the way, if you did not know. And so are green signs, which you can kind of see. It's going to be like somewhere down in here. I mean, it could be that. It could be that. I'm just going to go there. Ends up being a different city. Pretty big city, actually. I don't think we had a sign that said that, though, so I feel okay about it. But we knew it was south because of the hills. The rest of Poland is really flat. It pretty much had to be a border with either Czechia or Slovakia in there. So that's why we went down there. Pretty good start. And this will be an interesting one. My first thought was honestly, my first thought was Southeast Asia, and then I thought Hong Kong. But it feels weird. We're going to have to do a little bit more investigating to make sure. Yellow plate on the back is good for Hong Kong, though. Very good for it. English with what I would call Mandarin. I don't know if that's fully accurate. I don't think it is. I think the Mandarin is what you speak. I think it's traditional Chinese, what's written. Maybe that's wrong. I do think it's Hong Kong, though. So we're just going to send there. And I'm going to go Hong Kong Island. Feels pretty rural. Ends up being up here. Tai Tung. But good points, 4,900. This should be guaranteed 20K at this point. And boy, if this doesn't look like the Brazil round we had to open things up, I don't know what does. The railroad crossing sign is weird, but black back of sign fits for Brazil. I don't know what type of deal is going down right now, but I don't like it. I want to report it, but it feels nearly identical. I mean, it is different, but the same like type of trees, same type of openness, while still being like, I would say, heavily forested. It's like an odd combo, but a lot of the same trees. I'm gonna go right in the same area. I don't remember exactly where it was. I think it was in this area somewhere, so that's where we have to go because it looks the same. And welcome to Brazil. It's not even fucking close. It's going to set us back a little bit. It's going to set us back a bit. It's going to be tougher to get 20K now, I'll tell you that much. This should be New Zealand, though. Hold the thought on that. Hold the phone. It does feel like New Zealand, though. I wish we had a possum guard, but I can like see them on there without them being there. It's got to be New Zealand. I think it's South Island. Are those huge mountains or just the tree branch? Tough to say, but these got some mountains here. Look like they could be snow-capped in the back. I do have a sign here, but it's actually pretty tough to read. I think it's got to be South Island, New Zealand. I can't really see anything else here. It didn't really do a great job of explaining it, but it does end up being South Island, New Zealand. Actually pretty close to the water there. And in order to break 20K, man, does this round feel familiar? We need to break a little over 4,000 with this guess. Feels very familiar this round. I don't know why. Maybe that's Arabic. Oh, could this be UAE? White car. I think it is. But it's weird. It feels very unusual. Very sandy, but it's flat. Am I throwing here? Hold on. It does kind of look like it might be Arabic. Gosh, I don't know. We do have like some mini rifts, though. I swear I saw them here. Maybe. I know UAE occasionally has some, and they have white car, too. I'm just wondering, is this like, am I being baited heavily somehow into, because I could see this looking like Peru. I think it's Arabic, though. I think it's the UAE. I gotta trust it. Where is it weird and sandy like this? I don't know. Gotta be somewhere in here. Shit. We'll throw down. Ends up being pretty close to Dubai there. Good points, and that is 20.8. So about 21K. Again, tough round in Brazil, but other than that, not too difficult of a seed. The UAE round I could see being a little bit confusing. I was a little bit confused there for a second, but we got to it. We got .cz. That is the country code for the Czech Republic. It's one of the easier ones. I know Croatia can be a bit tougher as they are HR, and maybe if you didn't know that, you see HR, maybe you think it's Hungary if you don't remember that they're HU. So things can be a bit confusing. Switzerland as well. But this is going to be maybe even Germany too with the .de. It's Deutschland. We're going to go Czechia though. And we're going to click about dead central. 4,700, not too bad. I'd like to break 23. That's my goal. 24 would be preferred, but it's... Does that say Chinaman's Road? Okay. Let's look at the plate. Tough. Maybe it's like maroony. Uh, Queensland. Yeah, this one's tough. It kind of seems like it's here to me. We see a Chinaman's Road. I mean, the odds of finding that would be next to nothing. Ends up being NSW. New South Wales. I know they're kind of phasing out the yellow plates there. I got to learn what their new ones look like. Or I don't. I can just quit this game. This strikes me as Brazil. We have rounded poles, though, with white paint on the bottom. That almost looks like an Argentinian plate, an old one with the black dot in the middle, and that kind of looks like what that looks like. Okay, that says Piranha, which, if you did not know, is this state right in here, but is it? I don't think so. We have Argentine plates. I see another one. Boom, boom. Gotta be Argentina. And I think just based on the vibe and it saying Piranha as well, I think it's going to be Panhandle. The question is, can we find any 5K-able information? Now, Cosa Nostra is like mafia. I think that's what, like the Italian mafia. If you Google Cosa Nostra, I think that's what's going to come up. That's not helpful. I would be surprised if that was a place in Argentina. But maybe it is. So that this is advertising a liquidation sale, I would assume. Miércoles means Wednesday in Spanish. So maybe they're having a Wednesday sale? I don't really know. I mean, I don't know what YPF is. Probably just a regional gas station. I don't think we're going to find anything. So we'll just pick a place here close to Piranha. There, why not? We had the right idea. It was the YPF. Ituzaingo. Tough to read because I can't really see the full thing. I was on the Paraguayan border. We went a little bit too close to Piranha, Brazil. All right, we got some car meta here. I think it should be the new Kenya car, and I'm basing that off of Left Side Drive. With a yellow backplate. It should be Kenya. I get confused with the new African car meta, but it should be Kenya. So let's plonk down, plonk. Jesus, I gotta just get past this round. I just gotta move on. Couldn't even say plonk, man. That's how rusty I am. Ooh, Taiwan pole, a classic on the channel. Very, very, very out in the sticks here. I'm just gonna click middle. I'm just gonna go middle Taiwan. Not too bad. And over 21. Where do we lose points? Australia was the big one here. Let's get 23. Going for 23 minutes, ironically. Nearly 24. We do have flags. We do have script. I don't know. It's new, like Sri Lanka low cam. I don't know where I would go exactly for this. Also, when you see like these weird kind of zigzaggy lines, that's a good tell for Sri Lanka. Yellow plates as well in Sri Lanka, but the script is the giveaway. Where do I guess here? I would probably just go Colombo. Kind of what I would have to do. So we'll send Colombo. Ends up being more north. Not a bad start though, but we've already lost 400 points or so. Not quite. So 23K is going to be that much more difficult. This sure looks like Brazil. Where in Brazil? Man, I feel like I was getting somewhat confident in Brazil. Each round is more confusing than the last here for me. I'm going to go like Goiás. Ends up being back where the first round was. Okay. Finland? Oh, it looks like Baltic or Scandinavian. Gen 2 camera. I'm thinking Finland. This architecture helping me lean that way. Yeah, it just looks like northern trees. I could see it being Baltic, but I'm going to go southern Finland. Ends up being just south of Stockholm. I see it, I guess, but I think usually with the Gen 2 coverage, you'd have a higher likelihood of being in Finland. I know they have Gen 4 now too, though, but whatever. This is South Africa somewhere, surely, or around there. Southern Africa. Let me just say that. Because I'm considering Eswatini. That's the holdup here. I don't think Eswatini or Lesotho have Gen 4, though, and I think that's what we're looking at. So I would have to go South Africa. I am going to go not too far from Eswatini, though. Ends up being way south. Excellent region guess, as always, for me. Similar vibe here with these hard yellows, though. It should be Botswana, a little bit red. I would go near Gaborone. No. Limpopo. I think we do have the Limpopo poles, which is something I didn't even come close to considering. Didn't even look at them. That's fun. So Limpopo is like this region. Will it say it on the border? It does. So it's this region up here, and they do things a little bit differently. So it's usually like if you recognize the poles, for example, it's usually a good indicator that you can make a pretty good guess in South Africa. I couldn't do it that time, unfortunately. I've been out of the game too long. Okay. AO, João, JAO. It's going to be Brazil again. But the yellow plate is weird to me. Unless it was only a little bit of Portuguese and we're actually in a Spanish-speaking country. Which I'm seeing a lot of things that look like Spanish. As opposed to Brazilian Portuguese. And that's just experience with the language. Yeah, I don't think this is Brazil. I don't think it is. But the João there is a little bit weird. I almost wonder if we were facing that way for a reason. Electrical counter. What am I working up to here? Is this Mexico? We got a Texaco. I don't know, man. Tough to get a tell on the sun direction. I know I can tell you for a fact it's either with this car Ecuador, Brazil, Mexico, or Colombia. And you know what? The age-old meta of when it looks weird and I can't figure it out, go Ecuador. We'll see if it's still tried and true. It was not. It was just Colombia. There was one yellow plate. I couldn't take that as anything. I don't know. Maybe I should have. Do we have a place name on any of this? Not that I can see. We do have what appears to be the Colombian cross, which is what we call these on the back of signs. San Juan de Dios. I think it's just the name of the hospital. These are Colombian poles, though. We talked about the similar looking ones in Thailand earlier, but these being more yellow. If anything would have information, I feel like it'd be this, but we just can't really see it. Maybe San Juan de Dios is a place as well. Just gonna go there. Ends up being a Nori. What can we get here? Not off to a great score here to start. Sun North. It's got to be Argentina with this landscape. It's got to be real south with these mountains. Ooh, white car. I didn't consider Chile, but that's also an option, and white car tells us that it will be. These look like volcanoes almost. Maybe it's because they are. I don't know. It's got to be something down here. Can I call this a split highway? Or a 2-lane highway? I don't know. We got like volcano-looking mountains to the east, mountains north. I don't think it's Puerto Williams. I don't know what type of roads they even have down here. So what do we know? We know mountains are to the northwest and east, but also to the south a little bit. It's dry. I feel like I'm getting warmer. A little bit. Where would mountains be? East. I guess it could be in here. Could be in here. Like maybe on a road like this. Not going to show his 2 lanes. I'm not sure if it is. I'm just going to go there. Holy, how is it so north? How is it so north with the snow-capped mountains? I know it's just because they're tall, but I didn't even... I mean, these things do look like the shrubbery you find in Bolivia, and it is dry up here. I just got so caught up in the snow. It was a fun round. Fun round. First thought was Montenegro. Do we have riffs? No, but I don't even know if that's reliable anymore. Single white line. Why did I think Montenegro? I don't know. I don't have much to go on here. I don't know what their antenna status is looking like. Maybe it's just Serbia. But if it's Montenegro, I'm going to be upset. So I got to go there. Ends up being northern Spain. No antenna. Okay. Gee whiz. Southern France, maybe. Pyrenees vibes. Somewhat. 14K. Not good. Not good. All right. Let me have one more banger game. Or the first one. Russia. These signs, 3 stripes on the crosswalk, black sock on the bottom of the pole, big neon reflector, 100,000% Russia. Winter coverage, Gen 4, a lot of meta there. Should be the South. I don't know that we have 5 cable information. I don't speak Russian. .ru is even further confirmation. This looks like it could be a place name. Any of these really look like they could be to me, honestly. I don't know that they are. But there's information there. Certainly. I'm going to look in here. So I'm going to try to match the Cyrillic with one of these places. It looks like kind of a big city. And they might not be place names, so I might be wasting my time. But that's okay. Sometimes that happens. I'm having a tough time matching any of them, though. They just might not be place names. Could be both real and true. But the end Abka means something to me. I can't remember why I would know that. I don't know. I'm just gonna go Jack D. Ends up being more south. It was Armavir. I don't think we saw that on the map. And even if we did, I would never have seen that. But we knew where it was basically because of the meta clues. Right side drive, yellow line. I mean, I was trying to like rule out Israel, but I don't know what else it would have been. Yellow plate confirms that it is Israel with right side drive here. But I probably would have had to go Israel anyway. It's just so green. Uncharacteristically green. And we have a ton of water west, which does make sense. Because Israel has a ton of water west. But I think it's got to be up in here, man. It's so green. Maybe something like... Probably be one of these. Ends up being this. Mount Carmel National Park. Yeah, I was trying to find a road kind of inland a bit that also was elevated and in the green part of Israel, which is in the north more. This, I mean, I could have just dumb lucked nearly 5K'd into that. I chose too major of a road and not with enough elevation. That was a really gettable round. I should have done a little bit better. A little bit better. We are at 9K. Not too bad. Not too good. But, you know, no, actually, fine. Portugal? I mean, the lamp... Yeah, it should be Portugal. I don't know why I'm overthinking this. Portugal is one of those countries that I struggle with, though. Not only, like, region guessing, I'll never do that. But, even just, like, recognizing that it is Portugal is sometimes a struggle to me. More Brazil? How much Brazil do I need to get? Evidently, it's going to be more. Double yellow line, black back a sign. I'm sick of Brazil. .br. Give me a state. Give me a state code. I don't know. Santa Rita. I don't think there's anything important. I know Santa Catarina is a state. That's not what that says. I don't know. It looks like Goiás to me. Not too bad. Ends up being Piranha, actually. South Korea. Even though it looks like low cam. So it's Japan? I think it's just Japan. A lot like South Korea. We have Japanese. So much like South Korea to me. But we have low cam, so it can't be. And Japanese architecture now. I think it just looked like fall coverage, South Korea, which is pretty common. Where in Japan is this? Oh no. Don't know. Want to go north. These look like some northern trees. Talking myself into it a bit. See any of those Claymore heaters, but we don't really have any homes. Is that one? Definitely don't know for sure. I'm going to go north, though. I'm going to go near Sendai. So south. I hate that country, dude. It's impossible. 20,000 points literally on the nose. I don't think I've ever done that before. All right. One more. One more. I don't like that we did one more. It's like, I'm going to say Cambodia. Yeah, no, it should be. It should be. Not a bad guess. Not a great one, but not a terrible one. Right side drive. It's the Philippines. Don't know for sure. Yellow line. Greenish plates. Make me want to go Philippines. And it could buy it being the Philippines. Looks like it could be. The road is unusual. Say that to me. I don't know. Feels weird. Feels weird. Felt weird for a reason. It was a Colombian cross on the back of the sign. Man, I considered it for a second and go, no, that sign's way too big. We're black screened. Yes, Brazil, because it always is. All right. So I'm actually glad we screwed that up because couldn't have done anything with the round anyway. So it is what it is. We'll move on to the next one. So, all right. Let's see if we can rock. Final one for real. All right, we have bollards. They are offset here, red reflector, and they're also like using a bunch. And it seems like, who did this, right? Was this official government duties, or did someone just like, we'll put them wherever? That's Serbia written all over it. This is Serbia. I'd bet my life on it. It's fucking Croatia. I'm gonna die. I'm gonna die a slow death. I didn't know Croatia does that. The more you know. I'd go Serbia 1,000 times out of 1,000 there. I'm never, even if that round comes up again, I'm gonna go Serbia again. Cochabamba. Bailar Bamba. Right. Cochabamba area, cool. Ooh, finally a US round. Now I can get to work. No front plates. We got the 30 East. That says historic downtown. Something station. Gettysburg. Home of the Crystal Skull. Are we in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania? No front plates. Fits. Getty Peds, Battlefield Tours and Rentals. We are definitely in Gettysburg, Pennsylvania, which I think is like right here. Yeah. Cool. Very easy no move 5K round. We had like a ton of information. Although I would tell you, it does look like the Northeast a lot. It almost looks like Maine or something, or New Hampshire, or Vermont. But no front plates tells you it has to be Pennsylvania when it looks like that. So we would have got Pennsylvania for sure, and a New York plate, but it's the only one. We could have figured this out pretty easily. We're next to Tom Knox Tire and Auto. We are on the main road, which is going slightly northwest. There's Getty Peds. There's Etheric Connections, which I definitely read is right here to our southeast. There's Tom Knox Tire and Auto. I would say we are right there. There's the 5K. 18 yards away. Right on Racehorse Alley. We got some flags. I wish I could tell you I knew them. It's not a country flag, but it could be patriotic or nationalist in some way. Got SI. Well, there you go. Is SI Slovenia? I think it is. This is a big body of water. I think it's Slovenia. I wish I could tell you I was positive about it. I am not. Water's going north-south. We got a couple of bridges here. Bridge to our north. But is it for a train? Nah, I think it's a pedestrian bridge, actually. I'm not going to check every... A pedestrian bridge would be weird. No, maybe it's not. I don't know. It's not close enough. Do I check everything on this river? That feels like it'd be crazy. But we know we're on a... maybe it's like more northwest. Slightly northwest River. That doesn't quite fit. The bridges are somewhat close together. It's the angle I don't think is quite right for this. I think .si is Slovenia. I think it is. It could be so many different things here. Okay, something like this maybe. I like the way that looks. Another bridge to our south. Man, this actually looks so good. Okay, nice. Let's go. Another 5K. Back-to-back 5Ks. We're at 18,760. This was the game to end on. Did not expect back-to-back 5Ks here. But we had enough information that we matched up the road angle to get it done. We had 3 bridges, which was pretty easy. What is this, though? I've seen something like this in Austria, maybe? Yeah, I don't really know. Looks alpine to me. I think I'm going to do it. Do I go here, though? It's got really crazy. All right, wasn't quite so crazy, but a good game to end on. Nearly 23K, which is what I was shooting for. Back-to-back 5Ks to get it done. And honestly, we could have done better on the Cochabamba round. I just saw it said Cochabamba. I'm like, I'll just take the 48 or 4,900 points. We could have actually had the town on here, Tapakari. I might have had this round before. Because I definitely know Tapakari, and I should not. I don't know. I want to say that I've had it. I want to say it was in a chat yesterday game, and I think Tapakari is actually, it's not there, but it's close. Because we were Bombeo, right? And I think Tapakari is a place, but I want to say it was like more north or something. Not 100% sure, but that's going to do it for the video, guys. Hopefully you enjoyed. Back-to-back 5Ks. Pretty nice. Maybe I'll spoil it in the title. I apologize in advance. But maybe I had multiple 5Ks in the video. Who knows? Maybe you're not fooled, but you made it all the way to the last one. I guess you knew I was going to 5K it. Anyway, I'll figure it out. See you in the next one. Take it easy.